Hello, friends. This is Miss Lauren. I'm here to read us another story for our UC Summer Storybook series. I hope everybody's doing as well as I'm doing today. I am having a great day so far. If you're watching us live, it's 12:30 on a Wednesday. Some people like to call that hump day. And I'm doing fantastic. The sun is out and the birds are singing and the flowers are growing and I'm doing just fine. Is everybody else having a good week so far? I hope so. It's also the week after a holiday weekend. We had 4th of July this weekend, and I saw a lot of fireworks right from my backyard. Did you guys do any celebrating for the 4th of July holiday? I hope you had a lot of fun. We're also going to have a lot of fun reading the book today that I chose, especially if you're an animal lover. And the topic that we're going to talk about while we're reading the book and for the activity afterwards is about numbers and how much of something you can have. So I'm going to say another really big phrase with long words, and then I'll tell you what I mean by it. The topic for today is quantitative concepts. So that's an important skill to have. That means that you're able to tell how much of something there is. So some of the words that you might know when you want to talk about quantitative concepts are things like all, and that means all of them with none left out. There's also none, which is the opposite of all. That means you have zero. And then if you're going to kindergarten, another good skill that you can have is counting. That's another quantitative concept. So if you can count from 0 or 1 to 10, then that is excellent. That will help you out today. I bet you can count from 1 to 10. Can you do it right now? Did you say it like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. That's a quantitative concept. A couple other words we might talk about are some, and then there's stuff like more and most. That means that you have more than the other. And there's also less and least. Yeah. So let's get started. Let's look at the book that we're going to talk about. This book, the title is at the top of the cover, and the title starts here from the left, and we'll read it from left to right. It's see the millions of cats. Millions of cats. That is so many. Millions is a huge number. That's more than 10. That's more than 100. That's even more than 1,000. It's millions of cats. And you can look at the cover. The author of this book is Wanda Gag, and I believe she's also the illustrator. Now, let me tell you a special fact about this book. This is a very, very old book. This is a newer copy, but one of the first copies of this book came out almost 100 years ago. This is one of the oldest picture books that have been written in America. So this is a very well-known old book. So I'll let you look at the cover again. That's the front of the book. And what do we call the back of the book? Might be trying to trick you because it sounds like the first thing I said. This is the back cover. And on the back cover, you can see another illustration. And you know illustration is just a long word for the picture. The illustrator is the person who drew the pictures. And on the back here, it even gives us a little preview, like a tip about what the book's going to be about. So I'll read the words for you down here at the bottom. It says, hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats. Those are all big, big, big numbers. Are you ready to get started reading? Let's do it. So to start reading, we first have to open the cover and then we look on the front page, but the story hasn't started yet. First, it says the title again. Do you remember what the title is? It's Millions of Cats. That's what the book is called. And Wanda Gag is the author. That means she does what for the book? That means she writes the words in the book. Here we go. When I turn the other page, that's when our story begins. And you can see the title at the top again, Millions of Cats. Once upon a time, there was a very old man and a very old woman. They lived in a nice, clean house, which had flowers all around it except where the door was. But they couldn't be happy because they were very lonely. They were very lonely, boys and girls. Do you know what that means? It means they were missing out on other people. It sounds like they only lived together without any other friends or family around. So what do you think they'll do? Since this book is called Millions of Cats, I bet they'll go looking for a pet. So I'll turn the page and see what happens. If only we had a cat, sighed the very old woman. A cat? Asked the very old man. Yes, a sweet little fluffy cat, said the very old woman. I will get you a cat, my dear, said the very old man. And look how the illustration on the page goes all the way from this side all the way to this side. That's like kind of shows you the same direction as how you read because it goes from left all the way to right. So here are the words on the next page. And he set out over the hills to look for one. He climbed over the sunny hills. He trudged through the cool valleys. He walked a long, long time, and at last he came to a hill which was quite covered with cats. Let's turn the page and see what happens after that. Ooh, look at the picture. There are many cats. There are some cats over here, some cats over here, and they're all on the hill. Those are all quantitative words talking about how many there are, all and some. And these are the words on the other page. It says, cats here, cats there, cats and kittens everywhere. Hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats. You're going to hear those words a lot in this book. That's like kind of like the refrain. So listen for when I start saying hundreds of cats, thousands of cats. You might hear that again, and then you can say it with me the next time. Here's the next page. Oh, cried the old man joyfully, now I can choose the prettiest cat and take it home with me. So he chose one. It was white, but just as he was about to leave, he saw another one, all black and white, and it seemed just as pretty as the first. So he took this one also. So then he had one cat, and it has the one cat on his shoulder, but then he picked one more cat, so he has two cats in this picture. But then he saw a fuzzy gray kitten way over here, which was every bit as pretty as the others, so he took it too. And now he saw one way down in a corner, which he thought too lovely to leave, so he took this too. So how many cats does he have now? Let's count them. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 cats in that picture. Starting to get quite a lot of cats. He's getting more than one. And just then, over here, the very old man found a kitten which was black and very beautiful. "It would be a shame to leave that one," said the very old man. So he took it. Now, how many cats does he have? If he had one, two, three, four, and one more, that's one, two, three, four, five cats. He just keeps getting more and more. And now over there, he saw a cat which had brown and yellow stripes like a baby tiger. "I simply must take it," he cried to the very old man, and he did. Old man is sure getting a lot of cats. So it happened that every time the very old man looked up, he saw another cat, which was so pretty he could not bear to leave it, and before he knew it, he had chosen them all. All is another quantitative word that tells you how much. So he left none out. He chose all of the cats. Look at this picture. That is a lot of cats. I see one up here. Listen to the words that talk about how many. One is a word that talks about how many. Some are in the cave. Some is a how many word. And then there are more cats outside of the cave. More is also a word that talks about how much. Look at that. Let's turn the page and see what he does with all of these cats. And so he went back over the sunny hills and down through the cool valleys to show all his pretty kittens to the very old woman. It was very funny to see those hundreds and thousands and millions and billions and trillions of cats following him. There are so many cats. There are some in his hands, but most, that's another quantitative word, most of the words are following behind him over all of the hills. Then when I look at the other page, it shows another picture. Look at all of those cats. That is the most cats I have ever seen. Trillions of them. Then they came to a pond. "Moo, moo, we are thirsty," cried the hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats. "Well, there is a great deal of water," said the very old man. Each cat took a sip of water, and the pond was gone. So now that the pond is gone, is there all of the water or no water? That's right, there's no water in the pond anymore. It's just a hole in the ground with no water. "Meow, meow, now we are hungry," said the hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats. "There is much grass on the hills," said the very old man. Each cat ate a mouthful of grass, and not a blade was left. There was no more grass, none of it. The cats ate it all. Pretty soon, the very old woman saw them coming. "My dear," she cried, "what are you doing? I asked for one little cat, and what do I see? Cats here, cats there, cats and kittens everywhere. Hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats." But we can never feed them all, said the very old woman. On this page, I'll run my finger along so you can see which words I'm reading when I read from left to right and top to bottom. They will eat us out of house and home. I never thought of that, said the very old man. What shall we do? The very old woman thought for a while, and then she said, I know, we will let the cats decide which one we should keep. Oh, yes, said the very old man, and he called to the cats. Which one of you is the prettiest? I am. I am. No, I am. No, I am the prettiest. I am. No, I am. I am. I am. Cried the hundreds and thousands and millions and billions and trillions of voices, for each cat thought itself the prettiest. And they began to quarrel. Quarrel is a big word, and that word quarrel means that they began to fight. They fought each other, all of those cats. They bit and scratched and clawed each other and made such a great noise that the very old man and the very old woman ran into the house as fast as they could. They did not like such quarreling. Do you remember what quarreling means? It means they did not like such fighting. Quarreling means fighting. But after a while, the noise stopped, and the very old man and the very old woman peeped out the window to see what had happened. They could not see a single cat. That means they could see no cats. There were none that they could see. Not a single one. I think that they must have eaten me all, said the very old woman. It's too bad. But look, said the very old man, and he pointed to a bunch of high grass. In it sat one little frightened kitten. They went out and picked it up. It was thin and scraggly. I wonder what will happen with that one scraggly little kitten. I'll turn the page so I can read the next part to find out what happens. Poor little kitty, said the very old woman. Dear little kitty, said the very old man. How does it happen that you were not eaten up with all those hundreds and thousands and millions and billions and trillions of cats? Oh, I'm just a very homely little cat, said the kitten. So when you asked who was the prettiest, I didn't say anything. So nobody bothered about me. They took the kitten into the house, where the very old woman gave it a warm bath and brushed its fur until it was soft and shiny. Did they take all of the kittens into the house? No, just the one. Every day they gave it plenty of milk, and soon it grew nice and plump. And it was a very pretty cat after all, said the very old woman. It is the most beautiful cat in the whole world, said the very old man. I ought to know, for I've seen, and he's going to say it again, say it with me if you remember, hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats, and not one was as pretty as this one. And here's the last picture in this story. You see, they have one cat, not some, not a few, just one. And what happened to all of the others? All the others got eaten up. Here's the one cat. That's the end of our story. So in that story, all of those cats ended up quarreling, which means fighting. And then most of them, almost all of them, ended up getting eaten up by the other cats until just one was left. Do you guys have any cats or dogs at your home? So I have dogs, but they don't fight like those cats. Now, before we go today, there's one more thing I wanted to show you. I brought some other cats, and they are going to go in these baskets. And when we put them in the baskets, we're going to talk about some of those quantitative concepts like before. So remember, I'm going to show you. Here are some cats. Here are some cats. And here are some more cats. Now these cats will go in the pink basket. There they go. Here are some cats in the pink basket. Now, do these baskets at the bottom have cats? No, they have none. The word is none. Now, I'll put some cats in this basket. Here's one, and here's one. Now, which basket has none? The orange basket has no cats. It has none. Which baskets have some cats? The blue basket has some, and the pink basket has some. Oh, but look, let's pretend we drop a fish in the pink basket, and now all of the cats want to go back in the pink basket. So now let's say if the baskets have all of them or none. Let's start with the blue. The blue one has none. The orange one has none. And the pink one has not none, but all of the cats. Let's pretend we drop another fish in the orange basket. So now a few cats go in the orange basket. Here's one, and here's another. Which basket has more cats? Does the orange one or the pink one have more? It's the pink one, isn't it? The pink one has more cats. But which one has more, the blue one or the orange one? The orange one, because the blue one has none. The blue one's feeling left out. So let's put a cat in the blue one now. Okay. Now let's talk about some, more, and most. So one of these baskets has the most cats. That means it has more than any of the others. Which one has the most? It's still the pink one. The pink one has the most. Which one has the least amount of cats? That means it has less cats than any other. It has the smallest number of cats. It's the blue one. The blue one doesn't have very many cats. That's right. Yeah, the blue has the least amount of cats. So let's talk about this again. The pink has some cats. The orange has less cats. And the blue has the least amount of cats. How many cats are in all of the baskets? Do you think you can count with me? Let's start with the blue. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where should we put more cats? Which one has the least? It's the blue one. So we should put more cats in the blue. So we had 8, and if we add one more, then we have 9. And what comes after 9 is 10. It's 10 cats. Oh, so let's look at these 2 at the bottom. Now the orange one has 2, and the blue one has 3 cats. So which one has more cats? The blue one has more cats than orange. So if orange has 2 and blue has 3, I'll put 1 more on the orange. Now orange has some and blue has some, but which one has more now? Neither one. They're the same, aren't they? But they still have less than the pink, right? So let's put some more in. So we have 1 in the orange. Now orange has more than blue. Blue has the least. So we put 1 in blue. But look, pink still has 1 more than all of the others. Let's put another cat in blue and another cat in pink. And look, now they're all the same. None of them have more or less than the others. But I'm going to do something. I'm going to pretend I drop a mouse in the pink one. So look, now I take 1 less from blue and 1 less from orange and 1 less from blue again. Now which one has the most? It's pink. Yeah, but now all the ones in the blue are falling asleep. Now how many does blue have? It doesn't have all of the cats. It has none of the cats. Which baskets still have some cats? Pink and orange still have some. You could also state they still have a few. So let's take 1 less cat from orange, another cat less from orange. Now it has 1, 2. Let's take another. Now which basket has 1 cat? It's the orange has 1 cat, but this one fell asleep also. Which basket has all of the cats now? The pink one has all of the cats. That's right. Well done. You answered all of my questions with the quantitative concepts. That's a big word for how many there are of something. Well done. Was that hard? I bet you did a very nice job. Well, that's all the time we have for today. So I guess I'll have to say goodbye. But thank you so much for joining us again. We always love to read for our summer storybook series. Remember, if you want to get updated whenever we have a new video link or when we go live, you can like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please also make sure to like our Twitter and our Facebook page. And we'll see you again soon. Thank you guys. Goodbye.